Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I have another journal to share that I have finished. I finished her a little while ago and I just haven't had the chance to make a video, but I am calling this journal Amelia, and no super particular reason. I like the name and the woman on the front of the cover, this vintage photo, looks like she could have been an Amelia to me. So this journal measures about 5 3/4 by 8 1/8-ish. And it has about 1 3/4 inch spine, and it is a little gator mouth with what I have stuffed into it. There is a lot of layering on the cover with some cheesecloth, some lace, some vintage laces, vintage button here, and this is a vintage pin with a little pearl there. We do have the metal corners here, and I have created a tassel for the side that just clips on here with the bulldog clip. Got a pretty little tassel, some vintage lace, ribbon. We've got some vintage buttons on here, some glass beads, and then a couple little charms. And this one almost looked like a little ring. And we've got a little key here. We can set that aside. This is the spine, and then this is the back. And then it is closed with some tea-dyed seam binding that is attached with grommets here. And open this up. So in the front here, we've got a little pocket on the side, and I did include a little Ex Libris card. And then in the back pocket here, I've just created a little piece, got a piece of paper here, and a check from the Bank of Nova Scotia. This is authentic vintage ephemera. There is a lot of authentic vintage ephemera in this book. Lace here. And then this is a collaged window envelope pocket that I created, and I made a little tag in here. And this has got some vintage laces, vintage music papers, little image from a book. And that can just be used as a bookmark or as a journaling card, journaling tag. Lots of old book pages used in here. Lots of distressed pages, inking, tearing, coffee dyeing, tea dyeing, stamping. Pocket here. A vintage bingo card in there. Dictionary pages, some lined paper, lace trims, little cluster here in this corner with button, and some more of that seam binding. It's a little map page here, as a just kind of folded that over and included a postcard. Music papers, little crochet lace doily here, embellished paper clip, and this is just a extra little notebook with some paper samples in it from some of the pages that I've used in this book. Vintage stamps. Did some lining, some stencil lining. And I did not put anything on the center ties here, but I did leave them there. You can either cut them off, or you can add dangles, charms, beads, buttons, whatever you would like to those center strings. Lots of sewing in this book as well. I like the extra texture some tabs. Here's a little random sewn-on pocket and a little belly band on there. And that is from a vintage music book. I've just got a little tally card in here. And then just an embossed tag in the back side. Other side of that doily. There's a little corner tuck with some old book pages and a very pretty little vintage photo. This is from a children's music book. Stamping here in the corner. And another corner pocket here. And I've just included some vintage book pages in that one here. Just fun stuff to look at, fun stuff to read, different textures, little bits of history. Little pocket here with a little vintage lace cluster and button. And this has a little playing card in it, which is very pretty image. I just love the little doll image with the floral print. And my dogs are barking in the background. Please excuse that. Some more lining here. Lace pocket, and this is from a children's book. And I've just made that into a journaling card. Upper corner tuck here, little cluster, and this has just got some vintage music papers in it. Vintage sales receipts. Another little tuck here with a vintage photo. Just really pretty nature scene there. This is some tea-dyed tracing paper. Clustering lines. This is from a Spanish study book. I believe it was a college Spanish study book. Got some ledger paper, another little tuck here with some vintage ephemera. Some more vintage receipt papers from a railroad company, and this is from a book. And then this is from an atlas that used to be my grandfather's, and I've made this into like a little folder of sorts. And we've got a tag here, and I believe this image is from royalty. It's just like a royalty-free images online. And a whiskey label. Some coffee dyed vellum paper, which makes a very nice crinkly noise, nice texture. Their embellished paper clip here, and this is just some vintage script. Just very pretty, just a piece of paper, and you can write on the back. You can use it for collage. More sewing around the pages, e-book pages, with stamps. Lots of space for journaling in here. I'm a journaler, I like to write, so I like to leave plenty of space for writing. This was from an old National Geographic, and I just loved the images of these gemstones. Got a little stamp there on this heavy coffee dyed paper. Excuse me a minute. Okay, sorry about that, I had to get the phone. Yeah, so this was a very heavily coffee dyed paper that I've torn and inked on the edges here. And this page I just folded over and tucked a little things to do list in here. Some cute little bunnies on top. And plenty of journaling space in there as well on that ledger paper. Some washi tape holding those together. And then this is a little fold out with some pockets on it. And this is just a vintage book page. Some pretty artwork on it. And then this one holds some stamps. Love this one, love the gold on that, it's very pretty. And then open it up, and it is an envelope on this side. And I've just tucked in here a little copy dyed paper doily and a vintage postcard. And this one is from 1916, I do believe, so that's actually antique. Another little tuck spot here. Just a little journaling card with some craft paper. Another pretty vintage photo. This pocket here, I've just created a little collage tag. Journaling space on the back. And then here's the other side of that map. We've folded up here, and we've just got some what would you call this? Receipt paper, order paper, check paper, and then a cutout from a National Geographic in that pocket. Corner pocket here with some vintage stamps and cheesecloth, and then this pretty image. All the information on it, about it on the back. And this is not English. I'm not sure what language that is, to be honest. Book pages, more of that. Tracing paper, the other side of that receipt. Another little tuck spot here. Another little cute tag, writing space on the back, and another photo. Look at this little girl, she's so cute. I love her dress and I love her shoes. This is in 1939. Some more writing space there, line stamping. More vintage ephemera made a pocket here, and a cute little birthday postcard. You can read that one. This one is also from 1919. A little delicate. It is kind of bending on the sides here, and I thought it was interesting they put the stamp sideways. It's also embossed, which is very nice. Lined paper, more music paper, old newspaper articles, and then in here we've just got a little scrap from music paper and copy dyed receipt paper. This is some vintage graph paper. This is a lot thinner, almost like tracing paper. Stamp there. Beautiful image from the vintage book. Tabs. More of that Spanish vocabulary. Here's a photo from the back of that, one of the music books. A little collage tuck there. Another photo on this tuck here. Beautiful little family photo. And they didn't put a year on that one. And then this was from the cover of a sheet music book from Blowin' in the Wind. And I made a little folder, like folio out of it here for this center spot. And we have this gorgeous caramel colored book page there. And this was just one of the blank pages from a book, but I loved the way that it aged and the coloring that it got on it. And then there's a little top pocket right here, and I just tucked a tag in there and one of these little vintage cigar labels. And then the inside pocket here, This is something that I found in an old book that I bought, and I believe this is, I want to say this is Dutch. I'm not sure. It is from Denmark, and this is some sort of financial document. And this is original. And this is all written in pen here, and it looks like it's in Crohn's, perhaps. Not sure. That's interesting. You can use that for collaging or journaling on, or just leave it in there like that. Another piece of that gem page from the National Geographic. And then the other side of that, I made a little journaling card out of a vintage book page and some lace here. Lots more sewing. Love the texture that it creates. Here's another little tuck spot with some vintage, I think this was from a playing card of sorts, and this is from a book page. And I just put in a little image from a book here and a stamp. And then in here, I've just tucked in a envelope. And I did not put anything in it, I believe. No, I did not put anything in it. Nice. And then here I've just inked up some nice textured papers just to have for extra writing space. Attached it with this nice little paper clip. In this top corner tuck, I've got another journaling card that I made. Line the back. Very heavily coffee dyed. Loved how this one came out. And then this back tuck pocket here is from a greeting card. And I have included just a couple wine labels, liquor labels in there. And you can use these for collaging or to write on or just collect. Whatever you would like to do. So that is that. That is my Amelia book. And I will be putting her up in my Etsy shop for sale. Please see the link to my shop down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for more videos.